If these words have reached you today, it is because you were guided here by something far greater than coincidence. The air around you has been shifting, the weight of silence heavier, the pull of destiny stronger. This is no ordinary moment. The full moon has risen, and with it comes a test that few are prepared to face. You are one of the few chosen to hear this message, one of the few who can understand that this day carries a gate hidden within its light. Not everyone will recognize the meaning of this hour. Many will dismiss it as just another cycle of the sky, just another date on the calendar. But you, standing here, feel something different in your chest. A sense of anticipation, a subtle vibration that tells you there is more unfolding than what your eyes can see. This is the whisper of the universe, calling you to attention. It is the moment of the cosmic test, when the light of the full moon in Virgo does not only shine outward, but pierces inward, revealing what was hidden, demanding what was avoided, awakening what was asleep. This night is a choice, and the promise it carries is immense. To those who align, destiny itself unlocks. Miracles, blessings, breakthroughs, all can flow when you stand in truth beneath this light. Yet the threat is just as real. To ignore the signs, to cross this gate without awareness, is to stumble into karmic traps that can bind you in confusion and delay. The power of the full moon amplifies both promise and consequence, making every decision sharper, every action heavier with meaning. Think of this message as both map and mirror. It will show you what the 5 signs are that prove the gate is opening. It will guide you in how to act when you see them, and it will give you the decree that seals your path toward destiny. You were not brought here to be entertained. You were brought here to be equipped. The universe does not waste its voice, and tonight it speaks directly to you. Stay with these words until the very end. Do not let your attention wander, for the decree waiting at the close of this passage is the key that locks your alignment into place. It will not only speak over you, it will activate within you. And now that you know why you are here, we can move into the heart of Virgo's role in this test. Virgo stands as the quiet guardian of this full moon, and their role cannot be underestimated. In times when chaos swirls, Virgo becomes the anchor of order, the silent presence that holds everything steady while others are swept away. Their discipline, often misunderstood as rigidity, is in truth a spiritual weapon. It is precision, patience, and focus combined into a strength that rarely shows itself until the moment of testing arrives. Under the full moon, this strength expands, becoming not only a shield for themselves, but a light for those who walk near them. Many mistake Virgo's silence for weakness, imagining that their restraint means they lack power. Yet nothing could be further from truth. That silence is preparation. It is a sacred storing of energy, a careful weaving of protection that waits until the exact moment it is needed. Virgo has walked through years of private struggle, carrying burdens that no one else fully saw, cultivating an inner fortress that cannot be shaken by mere noise. What looked like stillness was actually strategy, and what looked like delay was alignment with divine timing. This is why the full moon test places them at the center. Their spirit has been preparing for cycles, planting seeds in unseen soil, and the invisible has recorded every effort. Nothing has been forgotten. The universe has witnessed the private tears, the sacrifices, the choices made when no one was watching. All of it now becomes fuel, pushing Virgo into a position of power that is both karmic and sacred. To cross them in this hour is to collide with the weight of all those seeds bursting into bloom. Virgo is more than an individual in this moment. They are a bridge. They are cutting the threads of karmic cycles, breaking ancestral patterns, and holding the line where others once surrendered. When they stand firm beneath the full moon, they do not only protect themselves, they protect generations. Their mission is larger than their name, and the test that unfolds tonight flows through them as both mirror and messenger. What follows is not just their story, but yours. Because to face this gate is to face the truth of how destiny works. And to understand why this exact night carries such power, we must step deeper into the mystical framework of the full moon itself, where culmination and revelation weave the architecture of the cosmic test. The full moon is always a climax, a revelation, the peak of energy that has been building quietly beneath the surface. It is the time when what was planted in shadow comes into light, when truths long hidden rise, and when the veil grows thin between the seen and unseen. On September 17th, this culmination takes on a sharper edge, for it unfolds under Virgo's guardianship. The full moon does not only illuminate, it tests, demanding accountability where there has been avoidance and clarity where there has been confusion. Spiritually, the full moon is a mirror held high above the earth. It reflects not only light, but intention, amplifying whatever has been brewing inside hearts and minds. If fear has been growing, it will feel heavier. If faith has been nurtured, it will feel stronger. Virgo's influence adds precision to this revelation, cutting away illusions with surgical clarity. No lie can stand under this light, and no mask can hold. The test is not cruel, it is necessary. Without exposure, destiny cannot be unlocked, because destiny requires truth as its foundation. Why this exact night? Because the cosmic test always arrives when cycles complete. The seeds of past choices, sacrifices, and even mistakes ripen into visible results under the full moon. Virgo, as the sign of refinement and correction, becomes the perfect vessel for this unveiling. The universe uses their energy to press what is false into the open, so that only what is aligned can pass through the gate. This is why the air feels heavier, why déjà vu strikes harder, why repeating numbers appear more urgently. They are early signals that the gate is not theory, it is open. And yet, awareness is always greater than fear. To know what is happening already shifts your place in the test. The full moon does not arrive to punish but to reveal, and those who walk with awareness can navigate its light with grace. The choice remains yours. Resist and fall into karmic traps, or align and step into the blessing prepared for you. Now the architecture has been revealed, the unseen frame that explains why this night feels so charged. With this foundation clear, it is time to step into the heart of the journey. The 5 signs that confirm the gate is opening and that your destiny is waiting to be unlocked. The first of these signs is the mirror of truth itself. The first sign that the gate of destiny is opening under this full moon is the sudden appearance of the mirror of truth. It does not come as a gentle suggestion, but as a sharp reflection, showing what was hidden in full light. This sign arrives when masks crack, when lies slip, when hidden motives reveal themselves without warning. You may notice words spoken carelessly, secrets surfacing in unexpected ways, or a sudden realization that you can no longer ignore. The mirror of truth is not subtle, it is undeniable, and once seen, it cannot be unseen. For many, this revelation feels uncomfortable. The instinct is to resist, to argue with the evidence, to deny what has surfaced. Yet resistance only deepens the wound. The purpose of the mirror is not to shame, but to liberate. It forces you to confront what has been concealed, both in others and in yourself, so that you can step into a life built on truth rather than illusion. The greatest error in this moment is to cling to denial, to pretend that what is revealed is not real. That choice only prolongs the test, trapping you in cycles that the full moon came to break. Imagine the scene of someone standing in conversation with a Virgo under this light. Words are exchanged, but the air thickens, and suddenly the truth slips through. A lie is exposed, an unspoken intention becomes visible, and in that moment the energy shifts. What was hidden is no longer safe. Virgo does not need to shout or accuse. The mirror itself does the work. The deceiver feels naked, and the one aligned with honesty feels affirmed. This is the power of the first sign. The protocol when the mirror appears is simple but not easy. Accept what is revealed. Let the truth in, even if it shakes your foundation. Acknowledge it with humility, for it is better to face discomfort now than to carry illusion into the next cycle. Speak with honesty. Act with integrity. and allow the revelation to cleanse rather than condemn. This act of acceptance turns the mirror from judgment into freedom. Repeat this affirmation until it roots in your heart. Truth sets me free. These 4 words carry the vibration of release and protection. As you hold them, the gate continues to unfold, leading you into the second sign of destiny. The numbers that appear as codes, opening the path forward. The second sign that destiny is unlocking under this full moon is the sudden presence of numbers repeating themselves in your life. They may appear on clocks, receipts, phone screens, or in dreams that refuse to fade upon waking. At first they seem like coincidence, but repetition turns them into a language of their own. These are not random. They are codes, confirmations that you are walking close to the gate and that the universe is speaking directly to you. Each sequence carries its own vibration. When you see 111, it is the call of manifestation, a reminder that your thoughts are creating reality in real time. 222 speaks of alignment and partnership, a signal that destiny is weaving connections that support your path. 777 is the whisper of spiritual fortune, the sign that miracles are already unfolding, even if you cannot yet see them with your eyes. These numbers are like keys placed in your hands, and when you notice them, you are invited to claim the door they open. The error many make is dismissing them as nothing, brushing them away as superstition. Yet to do so is to close your ears to the subtle language of the soul. These numbers appear most often when the full moon's energy has charged the atmosphere with revelation, when unseen forces are moving pieces in silence. Ignoring them is ignoring confirmation that you are being guided, that destiny is already within reach. Imagine a woman who feels uncertain about a choice she must make. She looks at her phone and sees 222. Later that day, she receives change in the amount of 777. That night, she dreams of doors opening under the light of the moon. Each sign is a piece of the same message. The gate is active, and she is not walking blind. Those who pay attention are those who cross with awareness, while those who ignore remain trapped in doubt. The protocol when these numbers appear is simple. Stop, notice, and claim them. Whisper to yourself, "This sign belongs to me. I accept the path." By doing so, you align with the flow instead of resisting it. Let the numbers remind you that you are not alone in this test, that forces greater than yourself are guiding you through. And as you accept these codes, the gate moves further, revealing the third sign, the sudden flood of emotion that tests the strength of your heart. The third sign that the full moon test is active comes as a sudden flood of emotion. It may feel like a wave rising without warning, pulling you into intensity you cannot easily control. One moment you feel steady, the next you are overcome with tears, anger, joy, or even laughter that feels strangely out of place. This is not instability. It is the tides of the moon working within you, pulling emotions to the surface the same way the sea is drawn by its gravity. Under Virgo's influence, these feelings are not random. They are the exact emotions that must be released, faced, or transformed so your destiny can unfold. The conflict that emerges in this moment is often between heart and mind. The mind demands logic, control, explanation, while the heart insists on truth, raw and unfiltered. This tug of war can feel exhausting, as if two forces inside you are battling for dominance. In reality, it is not a battle to destroy you, but to purify you. The full moon shines its light on what you have suppressed, forcing you to choose courage over fear, authenticity over pretense. Many make the mistake of resisting these floods, pushing them back down, pretending that nothing is happening. But to suppress the tide is to trap yourself in heaviness. The wiser path is to let the emotion flow, to breathe through it, and to recognize that it is part of the cleansing. Sometimes tears are the ritual. Sometimes anger is the release. Sometimes joy is the confirmation that the gate has opened. The important part is to allow it without shame. Picture someone sitting alone, suddenly struck by a wave of sadness they cannot name. At first they resist, fearing weakness, but when they let the tears fall, clarity follows. In that release, they feel lighter, as if a burden they had been carrying unknowingly has dissolved. This is the gift hidden in the flood, the liberation of what no longer belongs. The protocol when this sign appears is simple: breathe, ground, and allow. Place your feet on the earth, inhale deeply, exhale slowly, and let the emotion move through without judgment. It is the moon's tide, not your failure. When the wave passes, you will feel clarity settle in its place. And that clarity prepares you for the fourth sign, the dreams, symbols, and synchronicities that begin to guide you toward the exact steps of your destiny. The fourth sign that the gate of destiny is active comes through dreams, symbols, and synchronicities that appear in ways too precise to dismiss. When the full moon shines its brightest, the veil between the conscious and the unconscious grows thin. Messages slip through the cracks, sometimes in the form of vivid dreams that linger long after waking, sometimes in repeating symbols that echo across your day, sometimes in patterns so aligned they leave you speechless. These are not accidents. They are the threads of a greater design weaving themselves into your awareness. Dreams under a full moon are rarely ordinary. They carry weight, color, and feeling that feel different from the drifting fragments of the mind. You may dream of doors opening, of mirrors reflecting hidden faces, of traveling through corridors filled with light or shadow. Each element is a symbol pointing toward what must be released or embraced. If you keep a journal, you will notice that the same themes return again and again, urging you to pay attention. Synchronicities often follow these dreams, confirming their meaning in waking life. You may hear a phrase in conversation that matches the image from your sleep. You may see a symbol, a feather on the ground, a specific animal crossing your path, or a word repeated in unexpected places. These signs converge like arrows pointing in the same direction, telling you that the universe is not silent, but speaking through the fabric of reality itself. Imagine someone who dreams of standing at a river under the moon, unsure whether to cross. The next day, they pass by a mural of a bridge, then overhear a stranger talking about taking the leap. Hours later, they notice the number 777 glowing on a license plate in traffic. Each piece seems small, but together they form a message impossible to ignore. The decision they feared is the very step their destiny requires. The mistake many make is brushing these experiences aside, calling them coincidence or imagination. Yet the protocol is clear. Write them down, reflect on them, and allow the message to reveal itself over time. What seems unclear now may become obvious in days or even hours. By honoring these symbols, you show the universe you are paying attention. And as you do, the fifth and final sign emerges, the gateway of action itself, where intention must become choice and destiny demands a step forward. The fifth and final sign that the full moon test is fully open is the gateway of action. Up until this point, the signs have prepared you, truth revealed, numbers confirming, emotions released, and synchronicities guiding. But destiny cannot be unlocked by awareness alone. It demands a step, a choice, a movement that proves your faith is more than thought. This is where many hesitate, hoping that clarity will arrive without responsibility. Yet under the Virgo full moon, action is the ultimate key. This gateway asks for alignment with the law of attraction in its complete cycle. First comes clarity, knowing exactly what you are choosing, writing it in the present tense as though it already belongs to you. Second comes elevated emotion, summoning gratitude, joy, and faith so strong that your body vibrates with the reality of what you claim. Third comes aligned action, one step, no matter how small, that matches your intention, making the call, writing the plan, clearing the space. And finally comes release, letting go of control, trusting that unseen forces carry the rest. When this sequence is honored, the gate opens. Virgo's influence ensures this process is not vague, but precise. They remind you that dreams without structure remain illusions. The full moon amplifies this truth, making your decision sharper, your step heavier with meaning. To hesitate is to linger at the edge of the gate, watching while others pass through. To act is to declare that destiny belongs to you now, not later. Picture someone who has been waiting to leave behind an old cycle. They light a candle beneath the full moon, write their intention on paper, and whisper it with conviction. Then, instead of stopping there, they make one tangible move, deleting an old contact, applying for a new role, speaking a truth they have delayed. That action becomes the key that turns the invisible lock, proving to the universe that they are ready. The mistake is waiting passively, expecting the gate to swing open without your hand. The protocol is simple: decide, act, and release. Even the smallest step holds cosmic weight under this light. Once you do, the energy shifts and the gate responds. This is the moment where destiny moves from possibility into reality. And once the action is taken, the next phase begins. The signs of alignment and protection that confirm you have crossed safely into the flow of your path. The signs that you have aligned with the full moon test arrive softly but unmistakably. They come as confirmations, not in grand displays, but in subtle shifts that your spirit immediately recognizes. You may feel a sudden wave of peace with no explanation, as though a heavy weight has lifted from your chest. You may notice chills running down your body at unexpected moments, a physical reminder that unseen forces are near. Numbers appear once again: 111, 222, or 444, each carrying the vibration of manifestation, union, and protection. These signals are the universe's way of saying you passed through the gate. But what if you do not feel anything right away? Do not let doubt take root. Many find their confirmations in sleep, where dreams carry messages more clearly than the waking mind can receive. Others notice them in the span of 2 days, when synchronicities align to confirm that their choice was correct. The timing of the sign does not diminish its truth. What matters is that you remain open, attentive, and willing to see with more than your eyes. Maintaining this alignment is as important as recognizing it. One simple habit each day can keep the flow strong. Take one mindful breath, speak a phrase of truth, and make a small gesture of order, such as placing your hand over your heart. This anchors your energy and reinforces the path you chose under the full moon. Equally vital is avoiding actions that scatter energy in the hours after the test. Stay away from drama, unnecessary arguments, reckless purchases, or oversharing your revelations with those who cannot hold them. These things leak the power you have just claimed. Instead, guard your clarity as you would guard a flame in the wind. Simplicity and silence will protect the alignment you earned. Now seal your awareness with words of power. Say them aloud, write them, or share them as a declaration. I claim my destiny gate. These 5 words are more than affirmation. They are a decree that confirms your passage through the test and locks your path in alignment. And yet, this is not the end of the journey. Alignment prepares the way, but it is the decree itself that completes the crossing. One final step remains, the spoken key that unlocks destiny and seals the energy of this full moon forever within your spirit. You were not guided here by accident, and you are not ordinary. The path of this full moon has revealed itself to you because your soul is ready to carry more light, more truth, and more destiny than before. What you have walked through in silence has been recorded. What you have carried in secret has been witnessed. And tonight, the gate has opened so that you may step into what is truly yours. Virgo has stood as guardian, holding the mirror steady, and the moon has shone its light into every corner. Now it is your voice that must seal the passage. September 17th has not been just another date. It has been the cosmic test hidden within ordinary time. The revelations, the numbers, the emotions, the dreams, the synchronicities, and the call to act have all been part of one design: to bring you face to face with the moment where destiny is claimed or delayed. You have seen the 5 signs, and you know now that awareness is no longer enough. This is the moment where decree becomes reality. Speak this aloud with full conviction. I unlock my destiny. I walk in light. Let the words rise from your chest as though they carry the weight of your entire lineage, as though they belong not only to you, but to those who came before and those who will follow. When you speak them, you seal the gate, and the energy of the full moon folds itself into your spirit, never to be lost. This is the contract between you and the unseen order that governs all things. Do not let it end in silence. Declare it in community so that your voice joins others, multiplying the vibration until it becomes unstoppable. Comment it, write it, share it. I claim my destiny gate. Each repetition is another stone laid on the path you now walk, each echo strengthening the foundation of your chosen timeline. And remember, the universe never speaks only once. The next message may arrive in a dream, in a number, in a word whispered by a stranger at the perfect moment. Stay open, stay alert, for the sequence continues, and your spirit will know when it comes. See yourself now beneath the glowing full moon, standing at the threshold of a luminous portal. Behind you lie cycles of confusion and delay. Before you stretches a vast horizon of clarity and promise. Step forward without fear. The decree has been spoken, the gate has been crossed, and destiny has been unlocked.